Move on to the headlines for tonight's news.
The President extended an invitation to Sinhala and Tamil diaspora to return to Sri Lanka and join in opening new universities if they feel for the country. The President leaves for the Maldives. A new panel of judges to re-examine the petition against the Cricket Interim Administration Committee. Speedy investigations into the wall collapse which killed a student. A special program for road development in the Polonnaruwa district. Israeli warplanes strikes the house of Hamas leader. Therefore, there is another stories in detail. Our President Ranil Wickremesinghe extends an invitation to Sinhala and Tamil diaspora communities to immediately come back to Sri Lanka and open new universities for students if they have any feeling towards the country.
The President has made these remarks and a request participating in the 10th year commemoration of reputed educationalist and founder of the DS Senanayake College, R.T.I. Alice, at the BMICH in Colombo today. The President has further stated that the English for All program was implemented in schools in the island by the year 2030. Presentation of the autobiography of late R.I.T. Alice titled Mage Manpetha or My Path has also taken place on this occasion. The President, in a symbolic representation of the book to 1000 principles, also clarified on the program commenced by the government for the reconstruction of the education sector in the country. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has also reiterated that the government is committed to fulfill the vision of late educationist to extend education for all in the country. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that every parent in our country aspires to provide quality education to their children. This education should extend beyond Sinhala and Tamil, encompassing languages like English, Japanese, Chinese, Arabic and Korean. We are focusing on implementing the English for All program by 2030 with an emphasis on imparting English knowledge to both school and university students. Recognizing the need for the attention to our higher education system, despite the existence of a supposedly free education system, many individuals pursue education abroad. We aim to adopt successful education systems from around the world. Contrary to the misconception that free education means providing money for universities, in other countries, students receive concessional loans and financial aid to choose their preferred universities. In our country, the University Grants Commission make the selection, but we must ensure opportunities for students without compromising for the quality of higher education. Our goal is to increase the number of universities and elevate the standards of existing ones within the next 5 years. Additionally, we plan to establish 3 technological universities similar to the General Sir John Kothawala Defence University. We encouraged the establishment of non-governmental universities and invite individuals like Dr. Harsha Alice to leverage their experience in starting new universities. To alleviate the financial burden on students, we offer concessional loans, eliminating the need to land or sell children abroad for higher education. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that he is delighted to be a part of this occasion, as well as reminiscence about meeting the exemplary figure from the Royal College 60 years ago, who also happens to be our teacher, Mr. R.I.T. Alice. His life serves as a model for all of us, showcasing a remarkable journey that has left an indelible mark of the field of education in our country. Mr. Alice can rightfully be hailed as an educator who ushered in a revolutionary change.
Now, President Ranil Wickremesinghe has left for the Maldives this afternoon. The President will participate in the presidential inauguration ceremony of Dr. Mohamed Muzi, who is elected as the new President of the country.
And meanwhile, a new panel of judges has once again been appointed to examine the petition filed against the Cricket Interim Committee. Changes have taken place after one of the judges withdrawn from the committee, and accordingly, 3 judges have so far resigned from the court case. The petition was convened for hearing today before a panel of appeal court judges consisting of D.N. Samarakon and Neil Indawala. However, Justice Neil Indawala has informed on this occasion that he was also withdrawing from the bench of judges examining the petition. As a result, the task of naming a new panel of judges was entrusted upon the President of the Court of Appeal, Justice Nishanka Bandula Karunaratne. Accordingly, the new bench comprising of Justices Sobhita Rajakaruna and D.N. Samarkand was named. The Court of Appeal has decided today not to extend the restraining order imposed preventing the activities of the interim committee in response to a pledge given by the Minister of Sports to the effect that no action will be taken regarding the gazette notification issued by the Sri Lankan Cricket by setting up an interim committee till next Monday. Attorney at law appearing on behalf of petitioner and President of Sri Lanka Cricket Shambi Silva said that the injunction preventing functioning of the Cricket Interim Committee was due to have expired today. President's Counsel Udita Ihalawala appearing on behalf of the Sports Minister has expressed opposition of the further extending the Interim Committee, and he has also pledged to courts that further action will not be taken regarding the gazette notification regarding the Cricket Interim Committee until the next Monday. The Sri Lanka Cricket has announced yesterday that legal action will be taken against Sports Minister Prashant Ranasinghe over alleged statements defaming the Cricket Institute. The Sports Minister has expressed his opinions in this connection in Parliament today. Sports Minister Prashant Ranasinghe said that in his 13 years of parliamentary life, he had never took a commission and that he has also not taken any other allowances provided in foreign tours, including air tickets or hotel expenses. The minister added that a group is now planning to insult him by saying that he has taken bribes. The minister further said that there had been attempts to place narcotics in his bag with the objective of concerning him either in Dubai or in Colombo. He has also questioned about the law of the country and said that the mafia is destroying the field of sports as well. The sports minister had added that in cross-betting, bets are being offered more than losing rather than for winning. The minister has also requested the responsible authorities to discharge their obligations for the security of all parliamentarians.
ඔබතුමාගේ වගකීම මේ පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ සියලු දෙනා ගැන සලකනවා වගේම මේ ප්‍රශ්නේදී බලන්න මම ජීවිතයක් පසුවට තියලා මේ රටේ දූෂණේ මේ ක්‍රිකට් එක කරන අපරාධය ගැන කතා කරා. ඉතින් මේගොල්ලෝ දැන්
numerous opinions have also been expressed in Parliament today regarding the convening of officials of the Sri Lanka Cricket before the COP committee. Sports Minister Prashant Ranasinghe said that he had revealed on frauds and irregularities in the field of cricket at the cost of his life. Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa said that Professor Ranjit Bandara had acted as an advisor of the cricket campus project. He has inquired whether Ranjit Bandara would be able to continuously function as the chairman of COP committee investigations on Sri Lanka cricket. The opposition leader further said that in the photos that he has seen, there was a person seated behind the parliamentarians Hesha and Marikar, whom he has not identified. Sajid Premadasa has also stated that he has received a call from a foreign land inquiring as to how a son of a Professor Ranjit Bandara was able to sit in the COP committee. Speaker Mahindiyapa Abeyewardena said that an outsider is unable to sit in the COP committee, but further said that the unidentified person was the press secretary of Ranjit Bandara. Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa said that he is also a public representative and questioned whether he is able to go to consultative committees carrying his press secretary or coordinating secretary as well. Speaker Mahindiyapa Abeyewardena said that they have looked into why this opportunity was not granted to the opposition leader. If any shortcomings had occurred, it has to be looked into. Parliamentarian Hesha Vitanage said that a collective decision has been taken regarding not allowing any person connected to media practicing in COP committee meetings. Parliamentarian Dayasiri Jayasekara said that he has proposed that they are not willing to accept the leadership of the COP chairman in cricket board issues. The Sri Lanka Cricket, issuing a communique yesterday, said that the institution has not made any payments to chairman of the COP committee, Professor Ranjit Bandara. The current COP chairman was reported to have been working with the Sri Lanka Cricket to draft a paper pertaining to the construction of the Sri Lanka Cricket University on the invitation of Tilanga Zomatipala, who was the president of the Sri Lanka Cricket from 2017 to 2018. The Sri Lanka Cricket further says that no payments have been made regarding the work. The media unit of the Ministry of Sports had issued a communique today in connection with the media ministry and statement by chairman of the Sri Lanka Cricket Selection Committee, Pramod Vikramasinghe, on the 13th of this month. The communique has pointed out that Pramod Vikramasinghe was aware of the match fixing, illegal operations and illegal betting, which have been declared unlawful according to the Act number 24 of 2019. The Sports Minister Media Unit has further stated that the Minister of Sports, Prashant Ranasinghe, has informed the Special Investigation Unit to prevent wrongdoings to conduct a systematic investigation in this connection.
Now an investigation is underway on the wall collapse which killed a female student and injured 5 more students in a school in Vellampitiya. Minister Susil Premjayant ordered officers in the Regional Education Office to provide him a report immediately on the incident. A 5-member committee team comprising of the Director of the Education in the Western Province engaged in an inspection tour of the school today. Academic activities of the school are temporarily suspended and the school is scheduled to be reopened next Monday. 6 students of grade 1 were injured while washing hands. A concrete bund to which a tap was fixed collapsed on them. One of the injured students died upon admission to the hospital. The body of the victim, Sehansa Netsarani, was brought to her residence in Veragodella, Vellampitiya this afternoon. Mother of the deceased student, who is working as a domestic aide in Saudi Arabia, returned to the island this afternoon upon hearing the accident of her daughter. Former Minister Ravi Karunayaka has also inspected the place of the accident at the Veragoda Vidyalaya in Vellampitiya this morning.
And meanwhile, today is the 3rd day of the debate on the second reading of the budget. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena has opened today. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that not a single government servant was thrown out of their jobs. The anticipated fact that has been expelling on public employees and the inability to pay salaries of workers and pensioners. He added that, however, the present budget has increased the salaries of government servants by 10,000 rupees. The Prime Minister has questioned as to why the opposition is against granting concessions to a large group of employees. Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa said that he has questioned and inquired onto the income needed to implement the budget proposal. There has not been any success in procuring incomes. The tax administration process will have to be streamlined. Burden of tax must not be imposed only on those who are always paying taxes. Parliamentarian Professor Rajit Bandara said that around 40 lakhs of employees are in the private sector and the budget has not focused attention on them. The large percentage of farmers have also been overlooked. He has also questioned and requested to conduct a poll immediately so that people will have the opportunity to elect a government of their choice. Parliamentarian Vajra Abeyewardena said that the Finance Minister has laid the foundation for the strengthening of the finances. In the political parties in the Parliament are able to resolve the problems then and there is not need to have a budget officer. All problems relating to the budget will have to be forwarded to the budget office. And meanwhile, the Minister of Transport, Highways and Mass Media, Dr. Bandula Gunawardena, emphasized that addressing the prevailing crisis of the country requires an exclusive focus on economic solutions, highlighting the inadequacy of political measures in this context.
The minister further highlighted that once the International Monetary Fund issues the second loan installment, it will pave the way for the resumption of all stalled development projects. He conveyed this information during a media briefing held at the Presidential Media Centre today under the theme Collective Path to a Stable Country. Mr. Gunawardena, in his extended remarks, characterized this year's budget presented by President Ranil Wickremesinghe as historic, radical and revolutionary. He highlighted its significance as the first budget unveiled following the official declaration of the country's bankruptcy last year. The minister underscored that state budget's current account deficit and the international balance of payments current account deficit were pivotal factors leading to the country's financial crisis. He further revealed that the failure to meet International Monetary Fund criteria during the respective periods as a contributing factor to the current crisis. To navigate the country out of the current crisis, a strategic approach involves focusing on 4 key aspects. Firstly, there is an imperative to enhance government revenue.
You're joining with Rupavahini News, and on to more local stories. Chairman of the Bank of Ceylon President's Council, Ronald C. Pereira, says that the budget proposal to allocate 20% of the shares of the Bank of Ceylon and the People's Bank to the customers and investors is a great boost for the capital. He has made these remarks at the opening of the new branch of Bank of Ceylon in the Kurunegala district. The recently opened branch is the Bank of Ceylon Supergrid branch in the Kurunegala district. Special souvenirs were granted to the Sikiti clients. General Manager of the Bank of Ceylon, Russell Fonseca, was also present at this occasion.
The Sri Lanka National Construction Association has commended the government's decision to commence new projects on the instructions of the Minister of Finance. President of the Sri Lanka National Constructing Association, Darrington Paul, said that the government has decided to set up a committee to evaluate the due projects to be approved as development projects. The Minister of Finance approval is needed for such projects. He further said that a shortcoming observed in the past was that politicians were granted the opportunity to implement projects according to their choice. The President has allocated a capital expenditure of 1,260 billion rupees.
And meanwhile, former President Mahinda Rajapaksa says cooperation will be extended for the passing of the budget of 2024. He has given the assurance after participating in religious observances at the Sri Dalada Maligava in Kandy last afternoon. He was also accompanied by Basil Rajapaksa, Mahinda Nadalut Gamage, Sri Pala Gamlat, Namal Rajapaksa and other people's representatives.
Now, Israel says its jets attacked the Gaza house of Ismail Haniyeh. Widely considered as the overall Hamas leader, Ismail Haniyeh currently lives in Qatar, although Israel says the house was being used as a Hamas meeting place. Palestinian media say around 50 people were killed by an airstrike in the central Gaza Strip. Israel has dropped leaflets in the south of Gaza warning people in 4 towns to find safety. Yesterday night, Israel continued its operation at the Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza City, which it says was being used as Hamas base. Although Palestinian Islamic Jihad said today its militants were still fighting Israeli forces near the site, the Hamas-run health ministry says more than 11,500 people have been killed in Gaza since conflict began. The United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights says that 1 in every 57 people living in the Gaza Strip has been killed or wounded in the past 5 weeks, based on Hamas-run health ministry figures. Now, Israeli armed forces are continuing to precise and targeted operation against the Hamas terrorist organization in the Shifa hospital.
Israel Embassy in Sri Lanka has sent footages to Rupavahini of IDF search operations inside Shifa hospital, where the Israeli forces uncovered military gear of Hamas terrorists. Israel Defense Forces say that an operational commander center, weapons and technological assets found in the MRI building of the Shifa hospital in Gaza City. As the soldiers entered the hospital complex, they engaged with a number of terrorists and was successful in eliminating them. Following this, during searches one of the departments of the hospital, the troops located a room with technological assets along with military and combat equipment used by the Hamas terrorist organizations.
So we're inside the MRI center of the Shifa hospital. Israeli troops reached here a few hours ago and we have cleared the area, make sure that it's safe. And a few of the most interesting things that we have found totally confirm, without any doubt, that Hamas systematically uses hospitals in their military operations in violation of international law. And what we have found, I think, is only the tip of the iceberg. Let me show you a few examples. security cameras have been obstructed. All of the security cameras are covered, and this isn't the only one. You'll see the rest of them here. We're now, as you can see, in an MRI room. I don't know when this was used the last time. But it is definitely an MRI machine. And if you follow me behind the MRI machine, I'll show you what our troops exposed just minutes ago. In military terms, this is a grab bag, grab and go of a Hamas combatant. And if you zoom in and we get some light over here, what you'll be able to see is military equipment. There is an AK-47, there are cartridges, ammo, there are grenades in here, of course uniform, and all of this was hidden very conveniently, secretly behind the MRI machine. Inside the very same cabinet that houses medical equipment, you can see all kinds of standard military medical stuff. We found another go-to bag, this bag here. And again, we opened it up in order to make sure that it's safe to touch and show. So please don't give me any of that. You opened it up and you placed it there. This is the bag that we found, and this is the stuff that was in it. Now, there's insignia, military insignia, a knife. For those of you who read Arabic, you'll be able to understand what it says here. But it's Hamas, the military wing, Kataib al-Qassam, of course a vest with equipment, and as always an AK-47, standard gear, grab and go, which they thought would be a good place to store inside a hospital.
Now, a special discussion on transport and highway planning in the Polonnaruwa district was held at the Polonnaruwa district secretariat yesterday.
Minister Dr. Bandhu Gunawardena has presided over the meeting, which was attended by representatives of the Road Development Authority, Sri Lanka Transport Board, Sri Lanka Railway Department and Department of Motor Traffic. Special attention was being focused on future action on protected lands of the Department of Railways. The minister said on this occasion that higher utility is a compulsory factor in implementing 2024 budget development plans. Governor of the North Central Province, Mahipala Herath, and State Minister Suripala Gramlath have also attended the event.
The National Building Research Organization informs the general public to immediately withdraw from their locations if they detect any pre-warning characteristics of landslides. Senior Chartered Geologist Laksri Tilaka has expressed his observations to the media in this regard. Senior Chartered Geologist of the National Building Research Organization, Laksri Tilaka, said that during the rainy season, pre-warnings such as earth slips are being observed. He said that under such circumstances, it is necessary for the residents to vacate their locations. He further said that officials of the National Building Research Organization will inspect such dangerous locations and will provide long-term recommendations for the safety of the residents.
නිරීක්ෂණය වෙන ස්ථානවලින් తాවකාලිකව ඉවත් වෙලා ඒ බව තම ප්‍රදේශීය ගාමල්දාරින් මගින් ප්‍රාදේශීය ලේකම්කම දැනුවත් කරලා ජාතික ගුණනැගිලි.
Now, 2024 Raigam Telis Awards Festival will be conducted for the 20th occasion on the 30th of March next year in Colombo. The media briefing to educate the relevant groups on the event was held at the Raigam Telis Secretariat yesterday.
Telecreations telecast in 2023 are to be evaluated. Acceptance of applications and creations has commenced yesterday, and the deadline for handling over is on the 15th of January. Representation of nominations for the final ceremony is scheduled to be represented at the Voters' Edge premises on the 1st of March next year. Renewing box office records in Sri Lanka's cinema history, the Kadira Devaraj cinematic creation has completed 100 days of screening. An event has been organized in this connection. Stay tuned with international news after this break. Partner and a friend of the United States, Chinese leader Xi Jinping told American business leaders in San Francisco as he sought American business amid a decline in foreign investment in China. The meeting at a historic estate near San Francisco marks the first time the revival leaders have spoken to persons in more than a year, but there were still signs of tension between the two. Biden repeated his view that Xi Jinping is a dictator. China's foreign ministry later criticized the remarks, but they do not appear to have taken the shine of what both sides are portraying as a largely successful meeting.
Now, the second semi-final of the World Cup one-day cricket tournament between Australia and South Africa is now being played at the Eden Gardens Cricket Stadium in Kolkata.
Winning the toss, South Africa has decided to bat first, and their first 4 wickets fell off for 44 runs. Hemrich Claesen and David Miller have maintained a 95-run partnership for the 5th wicket. Hemrich Claesen was out for 47 runs and David Miller has recorded his 6th century in ODI. He was dismissed for 101 runs. The South African team at the end of 49 overs and 4 deliveries were all out for 212 runs. Mitchell Clark and Pat Cummins have captured 3 wickets each.
Now, India has been successful in gaining eligibility for the finals of the World Cup one-day cricket tournament for the 4th occasion yesterday by beating New Zealand in the first semi-final match. India will be facing the finals as an unbeaten team.
In the match played at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai, the Indian team, after winning the toss, has decided to bat first. Rohit Sharma scored 47 runs. Shubman Gill recorded his 7th ODI half-century. Playing a superb inning, Virat Kohli scored 117 runs, marking his 50th ODI century. He is the first batsman to set the record. He has scored 711 runs so far in this World Cup tournament. This is the highest run scored by a batsman in a World Cup tournament. Earlier, Sachin Tendulkar had scored 673 runs in 2003 World Cup tournament. Shehrazad Ayar scored 105 runs. India scored 397 runs for the loss of 4 wickets at the end of 50 overs. In bowling, Tim Southee claimed 3 Indian wickets. The New Zealand team was faced with a victory target of 398 runs. However, the innings has collapsed at the end of 48 overs and 5 deliveries when the team was all out for 327 runs. Accordingly, India has won the match by 70 runs. Daryl Mitchell has scored 134 runs for the New Zealand team and Mohammad Shami took 7 wickets for the Indian team.
And that's all the news we have for tonight. Join us tomorrow at the same time for the very latest on Channel Eye. I'm Dilajmi, together with Charita, signing off. Good night.
Have a pleasant night.